Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have 2025 ACC season win total predictions. Super excited to bring you these three predictions for the ACC win totals. We absolutely have killed it in the past, and I have a great show for you today. I've already covered the Big 12, the Big 10, and the SEC, and at the end of the show, I will show you how you can go view those shows along with my NFL and college football season-long prop bets that I have, and that'll be at the end of the show. I'll have a link, a hyperlink. You can click on it. Of course, leave a comment, leave a like, and also subscribe to the channel if you are interested in college football, because I will be your tour guide throughout this college football season with content on a weekly, almost daily basis. So you can't beat that. It's free. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you follow me for other things, well, now you have another reason to follow me. There's a lot of events going on here in the prop market that I will be covering. Also, I'll be doing NFL football. So if you're interested in any of those things, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because it will give you great value throughout the season. Why do I like futures so much? Well, the number one reason is just the investment on the return. So it's just like putting money into the stock market. You invest in long term, you get the return a lot better because if you think about it, these lines are not going to be as sharp as they're going to be week to week. You kind of get to pick a team that you really like and play against a number that they set. It's an interesting dynamic compared to a week to week basis where you're betting against a spread or over under total. This is an easy way to bet. Hopefully, you're in a place that you can place a bet. If you're not, get to a place where you can place a bet and just hold on to it to the end of the year. And I'm telling you, that investment will be great. I do understand some people do not have the money to put into futures, but if you do, it is a great return on your investment. With that being said, let's go ahead and get to my three picks. Obviously, Kate Klubnik is on my screen right now as my first page, so you know I'm going to follow it up with these Clemson Tigers. I am super high on the Clemson Tigers. I'm going to start off by saying that I feel like they are a national championship type team. If I had to make a future on my national championship winner, it would be them. Head coach Dabo Sweeney, he's done it differently. He hasn't dipped into the portal as much, although he did more this year. He's kind of tried to homegrown his team from, recruiting them and then, just basically getting them better year by year, kind of how people used to do it. And it seems to have worked out for him last year, and now he's got a lot returning. So it looks like it's working out for him this year. I think he's kind of struck gold because now high school recruits are more likely to come with him because he's focusing on recruiting high school guys instead of just guys in the transfer portal. So I think it's really worked out. He's probably snagged some guys he would normally have not gotten because other schools were looking in the portal while he was focusing on high school. 2024 record 10 and 4, 7-1 conference record, had a good run in the college football playoffs. His win total set at 9.5. Here's some important facts. Cade Klubnik returning for his fourth season. As I mentioned, he's one of the guys, one of many that are coming back in this situation where, he's played in this system for a long time. He's played for this coach. He's played for this school. That type of continuity does matter, especially in a place where everyone is kind of in flux. They have a bunch of solid experience under their belt. Absolutely love him here. Gained 17 pounds of muscle. He's been working on his throwing. New guys coming in to help him as far as the offense. Absolutely love the hires as a coordinator. Also, another thing about this is they're returning a lot of their offensive line. Offensive line is strong. That's always very important. They're returning a lot of production at the receiver position. Their top three receivers are returning. TJ Moore, Wesco, and Antonio Williams, all three studs, are returning. 80% of the production is returning overall. As you said, 16 stars from 2024 are returning, which is rare. But like I said, homegrown. These guys were actually bought up as freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, now seniors, some of them ready to come out and play. They're a favorite in every single game for good reason. We're going to get to the schedule in a second, but yes, there's a favorite in every single game, and I believe there's no reason why they shouldn't be. So I think they benefit from not relying on the portal. So now with all this experience, this is the season they've been waiting for. I think it's a big year for them. Get to these stats. First game is going to be LSU. I'm sorry, the schedule. First LSU, first game. I do believe LSU does have some veterans on their team, but I think Clemson's a better team top to bottom. But I still want to call it a toss-up. It should be a close game, but I definitely would lean towards Clemson there. And so are the books. Troy should be an easy win for them. Georgia Tech, although they had a nice run last year, they are not on the same level as Clemson. Syracuse, I'm down on them this year. I'm also down on UNC and Boston College. UNC, yes. Bill Belichick is coming in. He's a great mind. He doesn't have the players. A great coach without the players is not a great team. I'm sorry, it's just how it works. Boston College, I think that they're going to be down, as I said, and it's at Boston College. Always could get tricky when you go to Boston College because they're fans, and it's just the environment there is super crazy. But I still think Clemson, with the veteran leadership, gets it done. Duke is going to be down this year, but I skipped SMU. I do think they beat SMU. I am high on SMU, but I think Clemson beats them. I think they're too talented. Duke, it's going to be a blowout. Florida State, they are improved, but they're not on Clemson's level, especially because Clemson's going to be playing them at home. So they're getting three straight home games. Then we got Louisville, who I do believe is going to be the possible slip up for Clemson. You're playing them at home. That crowd gets crazy. They play really well on that turf, and it just seems like they just move so fast there. Um, I don't know if it's going to be a upset, but I could see it happening there. Furman going to be an easy win, and then South Carolina, they'll get up for the rivalry game. It'll be some of these seniors senior night. Last game, regular season game, and I think they'll be ready to go. Although I think South Carolina will be decent, they're not going to be any problem for the Clemson Tigers. I absolutely love Clemson here. I got them at 11 wins. Only two toss-ups. I don't have them as a guaranteed loss in this whole schedule. I like them over 9.5 wins. I do understand the line has moved a little bit. I still like them over 10.5 wins, and that's where I'll probably stop. Next team on the docket, SMU Mustangs. Head coach Rhett Lashley did a great job last year. They went 11-1 in the regular season, 8-0 in conference record. People have talked about their schedule not being so tough, but I don't, even with the schedule not being tough, they really did well. 2025 win totals at 8.5. Here's some important facts about the Mustangs. Returning starting quarterback Kevin Jennings, he came out, he had a great season last year. He did have a rough end to it, and Jennings spoke on that, saying he went back and watched the film multiple times of the games, the last two games, the conference championship game, the Clemson they lost, and the blowout in the bowl game. In the first round of the college football playoffs. He said it's a revenge tour for him. He said he has extreme motivation. He watched the tape and he's getting better, and I believe him. I think he really is motivated, and so is this team. They're not satisfied with what they did last year. They're very strong in the trenches offensively and defensively. And if you know anything about my shows, if you watched any of them, I'm huge on the trenches. If your guys are bigger and stronger than the other team's guys, even if the skill positions are better, I still believe the big men up front win. It's the reason why the SEC and the Big Ten and the Big 12 can easily beat some of these other conferences. It's not the skill positions, it's the big guys up front. I absolutely love this team's big guys up front. The defense is strong and experienced secondary. Two of probably the best five safeties in the whole conference play for this team. And I think they're going to be really, really good in the back end, which is important when you're talking about college football and the way the landscape is, how much people throw the football in the ACC. For them to have good safeties and decent corners is very important. We're going to get to their schedule. The schedule to me it's not easy, but it's doable. You look at East Texas A&M, it's going to be easy win. Then we have Baylor. I'm thinking it's going to be a win. I'm not too high on Baylor as other people are. Missouri State, they have to go to Missouri State. Could be tricky, but I think they're going to take care of them. At TCU, I got it as a toss-up. It's a tough game. TCU plays really well at home. That stadium will be rocking. It's going to be a tough environment for SMU. Then we got Syracuse. I'm not high on Syracuse. I kind of told you that, and I'm really not high on Stanford. I think those are two wins at home that they will easily get. Talked about the loss to Clemson. They're going to take that loss. Then we got Wake Forest. Wake Forest, another team, bottom feeder. As I said, the ACC has some really good teams, but they also have some bottom feeder teams as well. They have a lot of them. Miami is another team that I think is going to be a toss-up. It's going to be a tough game. Playing at home, they should have a little bit of an advantage, but I'm going to lean to SMU, but we're going to still hit them with a toss-up. Boston College. At Boston College, it gets tricky, especially if you're talking about we getting into November, but I think they take care of them. Louisville, I got it as a win. I think it's at home. I think SMU is going to be prepared. I think they win that game. And then at California, I think it's a win, even though they're going to the West Coast. I think there'll be a lot on the line, a lot of motivation. We don't know what California's going to look at that point. They'll probably have the season will probably be over. Maybe they'll try to play spoiler, but it'll be too much on the line for SMU. They will come out and win that game. I got them at 10.5 wins and easily cashing over the 8.5 wins they have their number at. Last team on the docket is the Miami Hurricanes. Head coach Mario Cristobal has gotten a lot of flack over his decision making, deservedly so. He's blundered a lot of things. But if he can stay out the way and kind of let his talent play, I think they really have a good season. 10-2 last year, 6-2 conference record, one total set at 8.5. Transfer starting back Carson Beck is coming in. They had a great transfer quarterback last year, ended up winning the Heisman, first round overall pick, and Cam Ward, and now Carson Beck is coming into doing the similar thing here. This offense really, fits his skill set, in my opinion. He's the type of guy that it's tailor made for. He gets the ball out fast. He's accurate, and he can throw really well in short to intermediate passes. And that's what this little air raid system they're running is going to be for. Strong at skill positions. They have a very strong skill positions group, running back, receivers, all those things, even in their back end, safeties and corners. Bunch of athletes on the field. I absolutely love it. Um, Favorable schedule. They play 8 home games and or a neutral site, and then only 4 true road games. They also avoid playing Clemson, which is always a good thing when you're talking about being in the ACC. So let's go ahead and get to their schedule. Talking about it, Notre Dame, first game out the bat. I got it as a toss-up, but in my opinion, you got Carson Beck, a 6-year senior. He's seen it all. He's been it all. He played in SEC championships. He's played in college football playoffs. He's done it before. I think his experience is going to outweigh the Notre Dame redshirt freshman coming into his first game. Give me Miami here as home. Bethune-Cookman coming in. Bethune-Cookman is going to struggle. I'm sorry. I love Bethune-Cookman, but they're going to take that L. South Florida also, much improved, but will also take an L in this game. Toss up with Florida. I think Florida is a lot better than people believe. A rivalry game. It's going to be a tough game for Miami. Florida State. Florida State much improved as well. I think Thomas Castellanos will be good for them, but he's not going to be good enough. Too much talent. Once again, Louisville. I'm high on Louisville, but they're getting them at home. So I'm taking Miami in that spot. If I had to pick a fourth team, it would probably be Louisville. So I am high on Louisville, but I think Miami takes care of them there. Stanford will struggle this year. It'll be a win. SMU, as we talked about already, toss up. Syracuse will be struggling this year. Also in Miami, North Carolina State will be struggling this year. It's another win. And then Tech, uh, at Tech, it's going to be tough. You're going to talk about it's going to be cold. They're going to have the crowd's going to be crazy. That's my only, I don't know game. Slip up, possibly. But I went with the win. I think the talent will take over. Carson Beck, like I said, with his experience, should be able to handle, any adversity comes in that game. But I think it could be a tough one. Could be a slip up spot. And then at Pitt, not too high on Pitt this year. I think Miami takes care of them, even though their last 2 games will be in some cold places. on the road. So you want to keep an eye on that. Hopefully they get it done. Notre Dame and Florida, they take care of those games, and SMU. And those last two games, they'll matter for them as far as college football playoffs. But as far as our win total, we should already have hit it by then. Go ahead and give me the over 8.5 wins for the Miami Hurricanes. I absolutely love them in this spot. You see this hyperlink right here. It's NFL and college football content. You click on that, there's a folder, so much information right there. If you appreciate the information, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be your tour guide through the college football season and the NFL football season. So there's no reason not to hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Also hit the like button if you appreciate these videos. They're not easy to make. 2, 3 weeks time. I'm not spending the whole time on them, but obviously over time, I'm having to create these videos, do this research. It's a lot more research than even a week to week video. So really show the love with the likes there and also with the comments. I appreciate any comments. If you agree, disagree, if I left somebody out, if you have a question about another team, I love to respond to anyone who gives me a comment. I am very good at getting back to people. The hyperlink is right there. If you're unable to click on it, depending on your device, then go ahead and go to my channel and find the college football, NFL football content. It should all be in one spot. I believe I have five, or it'll be 6 shows on there now. So there's a lot of content there for you to kind of devour and really, really dive deep into college football win totals and NFL and college football season long player props. With that being said, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing because I know you just did. And with all that being said, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.